If you can't look over your shoulder while standing on a narrow path without feeling a surge of dizziness, your brain is signaling that your balance centers are underactive. Today, we are starting with a new 10-second dynamic test to rebuild that rock-solid stability. Let's begin immediately with the toe-to-heel rock. Alright, our first move is the toe-to-heel rock. This is the foundation of our level 2 ritual because it directly targets the ankles and calves, the very first line of defense against a fall. Think of your ankles as the shocks on a car. If they are stiff or weak, your entire upper body becomes wobbly and uncoordinated. This exercise is phenomenal for rebuilding the neural connection between your feet and your brain. As we age, we often lose proprioception, the ability to feel where our body is in space without constantly looking at our feet. And the research backs this up. Consistent ankle reactivity training can significantly increase lower leg strength and improve your ability to navigate uneven ground, cracked sidewalks, or dimly lit rooms with a more powerful, confident stride. Here's how we do it, slowly and with total control. Go ahead and stand tall next to a sturdy chair, a wall, or a counter, and place one hand on it for support. Your feet should be hip-width apart, your posture upright. Imagine that string gently pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Now, before you do anything, take a gentle breath in. As you exhale, shift your weight back onto your heels and slowly lift your toes off the floor. Feel the muscles in the front of your shins engage. Hold this for 2 seconds. Now, roll forward through the ball of your foot and rise up high onto your tiptoes, squeezing your calves at the top. Hold again for 2 seconds. Control the movement all the way back down. Don't just drop your heels. Make it a slow, deliberate roll. That's 1 rep. We're going to aim for 15 repetitions. And please, remember to breathe. For those who find this tough, you can do a seated version by simply lifting your toes and heels while sitting tall in a chair. The goal is progress, not perfection. The second exercise, the tandem tightrope stand. Great job. Our second move is the tandem stand, or what I call the tightrope. If the toe-to-heel rock builds your ankle power, this exercise is the secret to sharpening your inner ear balance. Have you ever felt a little wobbly when turning to look at something while walking? That often comes from a vestibular system that hasn't been challenged. This move forces your brain to stop relying only on your eyes and start using your internal balance sensors, making it one of the most effective moves for fall prevention. Here is how to perform it safely. Stand tall next to your support. Place the heel of your right foot directly in front of the toes of your left foot, as if you are standing on a narrow rope. Your feet should be in a perfectly straight line. Brace your core and look straight ahead at a fixed point on the wall. Now, here is the 10-second test in action. Once you feel steady, slowly turn your head to look over your left shoulder, then slowly over your right shoulder. By moving your head while your base is narrow, you are training your brain to handle real-world distractions without losing your footing. This is exactly how we rebuild rock-solid stability for situations like crossing a busy street or looking for an item on a high shelf. Only move your head as far as you feel comfortable. A lift or a wobble is okay, that's just your brain learning. Hold the position for 30 seconds on one side, then carefully switch feet and do the same on the other. As you get stronger, try to use only a finger or 2 on the chair. The ultimate goal is to do this with no support at all, which is a fantastic test of your improving functional balance. The third exercise, the single leg clock reach. We've arrived at our final and most important movement, the single leg clock reach. This exercise is a powerhouse because it's a direct rehearsal for the unexpected reaches we make every single day, like stepping over an obstacle, reaching into a low cupboard, or even getting into a car. While the basic squat builds raw power, this move builds functional agility, ensuring that your hips can support your weight even when you are off balance or moving in multiple directions. Let's do this together, focusing on stability over speed. Start by standing on your left leg with a very slight bend in the knee. Never lock your joints, as this reduces your body's ability to absorb movement. Keep your right hand on your chair for safety. Imagine you are standing in the center of a giant clock face on the floor. Now here is the most important cue. Keep your torso upright and your core braced. Imagine you are wearing a belt and you are tightening it by 1 notch. With your right foot, I want you to reach out and gently tap the floor at 12 o'clock. Bring it back to center. Now, reach to the side and tap at 3 o'clock. Back to center. Finally, reach behind you and tap at 6 o'clock. The standing leg is doing the hard work here, making hundreds of tiny micro-adjustments every second to keep you upright. This strengthens the gluteus medius and the stabilizing muscles of the knee and ankle simultaneously. All the power and control should stay in that standing hip, not the foot that is tapping. Let's aim for 5 full clocks on each leg. If this is challenging at first, that's completely normal. Keep your taps closer to your standing foot and use the chair for more support. Over time, you will rely on it less as your hips and brain get stronger. This movement is a cornerstone of your independence because it rebuilds the strength needed to move through your life with total freedom. And that is your complete 5-minute stability ritual, specifically designed to address the 3 most common causes of imbalance. We started with the toe-to-heel rock to sharpen your ankle reactivity and restore the vital communication between your feet and your brain. Then, we moved into the Tandem Tightrope stand, which forces your inner ear vestibular system to take over when your vision is distracted. Finally, we completed the single leg clock reach, a dynamic move that builds the functional hip strength and agility needed to recover your footing if you ever trip in the real world. These movements might seem simple on the surface, but when performed with the control and breathing we practice today, they become the most powerful tools in your arsenal for staying upright, active, and mobile. If you believe in taking these small, consistent steps toward regaining your independence and finally walking without that nagging, constant fear of a fall, please hit the like button on this video so the YouTube algorithm can share this vital safety information with more seniors just like you. If you are committed to making this stability ritual a daily habit starting tomorrow morning, type the word READY in the comments below. If the new 10-second head turn test was the most difficult part of today's session for you, please type the number 2 so I know exactly where I need to focus our next training routine to help you improve. And if you want to continue strengthening your body and reclaiming your mobility with these to-the-point routines, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Remember, consistency in these 5 minutes pays enormous dividends for your future health. It's about much more than just balance. It's about holding on to the freedom to live your life on your own terms, without limits or fear. Thank you for trusting me with your health and joining me today. I'll see you in the next video.